The year is 1924. Private Investigator Pierce is sent to look into the tragic death of the Hawkins family. That's what the synopsis of Call of Cthulhu will tell you, word for word. What it won't tell you is the horrors that await you, the puzzles that you'll need to solve, and overall, the immersive world that it's crafted so you can take over the role of Private Investigator Pierce and discover what really happened to the Hawkins family. Like any game, there are pros and cons, which I will be breaking down. The first pro we're going to be talking about is the immersive world that this game has presented us with. The environment's rich with things to inspect, people to talk to, different options to solve every problem. The puzzles themselves don't feel like they're put there awkwardly. They feel very much like they should be there and that they belong there. And the world feels like the history has actually happened with all the things that you can look back at and all the things you can observe and inspect. The world of Call of Cthulhu is so immersive and so rich and detailed that it is definitely the strongest point of this game. Part pro, part con for me is that this game is just a walking simulator. While there are aspects of sneak and running away from things, you pretty much just walk around from point A to point B investigating. It's fine when you get to places like the Hawkins mansion because it's gorgeous to look at and it's really fun to explore and check out all the dialogues and read all the histories, but that's all it is you walk around from point A to point B solving puzzles and sneaking around trying to get to the bottom of the Hawkins death. The biggest problem with the game, quite frankly, is it's unpolished. It feels like it was rushed out to meet a deadline. I've had many jarring graphical issues, I've had frame rate issues, I've had characters' lips not match what they're talking about, I've had characters' body language completely out of whack. There was one point where I was talking to a bartender who said, "No, I'm not gonna serve you," and he threw up his arms all wild and flailing them, and it just looked ridiculous. It really did. It really took me out in the moment, and that's not a isolated incident. It happens quite a bit when you're talking to people, when you're questioning them. I actually noticed it happens more when you're using certain unlockable dialogues. I'm not sure if that's just my imagination or luck of the draw, but that has been my experience so far. So the biggest con of this game, and perhaps what might even stop a lot of people from buying it, and what's stopping me from fully recommending it, is that it feels like it's a rushed out early access title without the early access and the $45 price tag. One of the big pros for this game is that it's very customizable. You can put your talents where you want them in the talent tree that's presented, and it kind of gives you a sense that you can play this game many different ways, but you will typically always get the same result. I've been looking around at other people's gameplay, and it looks super similar to mine no matter what talent path they choose, so it doesn't present a lot of flexibility in where you go, but it does give you different ways of how you get there, which is a plus in my book. The more times you can do something a different way, the better. The big question here is, should you buy it? If you're a fan of the franchise, your mind's already made up, enjoy it for what it is, have fun. I know I did for the time that I played it, but at the same point, don't get your hopes up because it's still heavily unpolished and the immersion's gonna break at moments because of it. If you're not a fan of the franchise and you're wondering if you should buy this game, hold off, wait a little bit, let them patch it. There's a day one patch coming out that hopefully fixes some of these problems, but it's not gonna fix all of them. I would say wait a couple months for them to get everything nice and polished. That way you can jump in, because if it wasn't for those glitches and those technical errors that make it unfinished and unpolished, this game would be amazing, even if it is just a walking simulator / puzzle game. It's super fun. But once again, once the immersion breaks, that's really it for me, so hold off on that. So anyway guys, that's gonna be it for the video. Thank you for watching. If you guys liked it, please leave a comment, let me know, like the video. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, it'd really help me out, and we got some great videos in the works. Until next time guys, stay classy.